Loud are at their best right now. Everyone in that game was hitting. All 5 players had those highlight reel moments.
Now, we've talked about the difference between being in play-ins and making it straight to playoffs. What about getting to playoffs and skipping the first round? That's what's on the line in this game.
And it's crucial for, wow, both teams that could make champions off the basis of the champions' points. They are neck and neck right now.
You go straight to upper semis if you get to skip that first round of playoffs. This top seed means everything in this group. So far after that early exchange, it was just Tikazine served up. Loud are being pretty compact here towards this A side, with most of the exploration being conducted by Luxo, who has been magnificent over the last few weeks.
And they do have a fallback option to Erde, who's over in B main. Asuna going to get some valuable information. 2 players in mid fountain.
They're trying to get the drop. Oh my goodness. Vora there. Down the tower pretty quickly. Asuna at least finds the trade, but yeah, that's enough for Loud to decide that B is where they want to end. Already making the way into the side. Timo here covering the cross though. Stopping power with the Sheriff hits hard. And somehow, it always seems to be Luxo with it all to do.
Still 5 bullets in the headhunter. A body shot would remove Bang from the round. A lot of noise from Cryo. Still has to be concerned about tower.
How does Luxo find a safe spot? Oh, there's not enough time for Bang to get a double swing going still. He gets the headshot around the corner. Down to the wire, but 100 Thieves start with their best foot forward.
Stunning from Bang with a pretty interesting look from 100 Thieves. Feels like they've just basically adopted their Breeze comp, ported it over to the Summit on their debut. Yeah. It's a map that up until this point they have second banned in every single series, which at least would indicate a middling perspective on it for where they think it lies in their pool.
Mild disinterest in playing it.
But Vora did say that, at least in scrims, they were feeling confident, so perhaps just something as well that they'd be happy to keep in their back pocket.
I mean, it's more so what they... The fact that they end up banning Sunset against this Loud team should tell you everything you need to know. What they did against G2 clearly made an impression.
Yeah, that is a map where you just want absolutely none of Loud. You don't want to deal with Luxo. You went 31 for 15 in that game against G2.
Maybe because you're not a chamber team on that map?
He is in unreal form at the moment.
Asuna gets a sound cue here. Tikazine able to slip on through. Here's the high tide, but the duelist Loud has already exposed himself a little too much. Bang. Oh, the timing. Still able to convert. Nice correction there on towards Luxo. Erde fighting in the side. Asuna cleans him out. 3 kills. And for the Phoenix, that's a pretty nice number.
Asuna already just on fire early. He is on a generational run, genuinely. The stats that Luxo's putting up this stage, in any other instance, would be far and away the best in the league, but Asuna is still beyond that. What he's done with the Phoenix has just been outrageous. He hasn't put up numbers like this since the 2021 Reykjavik qualifier. That is the closest he's been. A 5-year difference.
Yeah, our leaderboard in Americas is a 2-man race, and both of them are in this server right now. Asuna is a hard man to catch right now at his career peak. Can they convert it into international glory again? That's the question. Luxo comes off decidedly second best in that exchange. Still, yeah, presence here towards the A link and a very quick swing through. Bang falls. Vora trying to hold his own now as the fast lane comes up. Going to force him back onto the side a little bit more. It's uncomfortable, but he's got Timo by his side. The sees there's a problem, the decay an issue. He tries to swing with it, but Luxo guns him down.
Oh, Timo in the back. Asuna is right in there with the run back. Can he bring the round back in 100 Thieves' hands?
He can do it all right.
Oh my god!
And that's all with the run it back. That is insane. Come of the king, you had best not miss. Thank God he doesn't get ult orbs during that.
It was looking so good for Loud, that moment of hesitation.
He does not care.
The Seas comes through into sight to deal with Vora. But Asuna comes in so quickly, supporting Timotino. That's with the Bulldog, man. It's just
I'm just so glad that
disgusting.
Emily got us the sideline report from playing ranked with Asuna being like, yeah, he's just holding W right now. Nothing stops this guy. All right, Luxo swings that mid with this Torta. Oh! Torta falls. He's found a gap.
again, he is lit up early. Should be able to get that heal.
But what stall util you left with now is the defenders. Your Soul Harbor is down early.
Little flash haunt play thrown towards mid from 100 Thieves, who are content to stay a little bit back. You don't want to offer anything else up to Luxio. The round has already become more dangerous than it should be.
All of this Cypher util on A. Cryo needs to get through that smoke to find a way to make use of it. Cyber Cage is being traversed here, and 100 Thieves are going to give up that A side entirely for now.
Loud, who have loved this double senti with the Sage look, work their way into A, trying to use that wall to deny anyone coming from Link, but 100 Thieves are fast to break it, and now also trying to apply serious pressure on this flank in a pinched retake.
Alright, it's glad to weapon to fight this, but a good little supporting paranoia comes in, and it tilts the fight in the Uncaller's favor. Asuna, feel like impossible for him to lose these. He again prevails. And now he's going to make his way onto that ace side proper. Now in garden, this gets messy. A Blaze Water, navigate. Darker trying to use some footwork to get away, but it's Dovey that takes Asuna down. And Cryo's got nothing to do and no time to do it. He's out of there.
Just never had an opportunity to seriously get into the mix on that site. Luxio had been denied in the server up until this round, but the first blood gives Loud a crucial headway into that round.
Obviously a huge first pick, right, to get rid of the Harbor. Luxio continuing to rear his head in many of these games, but a little bit too slow for 100 Thieves here on this retake. Like, losing to Sheriffs is, I mean, after how good the last few rounds have been, not what they want to see.
And that is, in addition to the round, stimulated the economy to the point where Luxio can now attack AWP. Again, you just have to call back to that game against G2. Who puts up 45 kills, and how many of them were with the AWP? I don't know, 30 it felt like, 35? He was just dominating them.
What has Marta done? Look at these Odin-toting Neon players. It might not be just for fun anymore. Odo being very cagey about how he clears, getting further up mid. Cryo is going to be on the line. That pressure there's about to be felt here. Double swing around the corner. Cryo pre-fires it. Has a read on it, but Ode gets the better of him, and a Rez is going to keep this Loud tempo going.
That was a sick little delayed trade. Jiggle peek from Airday is fantastic. He is getting into that form in stage 2. We saw it against G2.
And as they slow down, they respect this high tide, but why? They're going to hit this side. They're going to pinch it pretty hard. Caught in the corner, Tigazine, bang, though, just running around on that side. Luxio with that near side. It's bang for 4!
Down, B.
And Darker sees the spike guard in front of him and realizes that 100 Thieves are at full strength and looking to surround him.
Yeah. Hate to be Brazilian going up against Bang in the server. Ridiculous. One of the best anchors in the game locks down the site off of what looked like a really good Loud execute. You had Luxio working his way through main. The second he's spotted, he's trying to dance around the box. It gives an opportunity for the rest of the team to get quickly in through the link, but
he's constantly in motion.
Yeah, just look at the way he's maneuvering around the site's architecture. That's so well played. I mean, he's not even able to ISO those fights. Airday just can't hit the shot.
I think as well, the fact you've got Timo just spraying with the Odin, constantly keeping heads turned his direction helps to some degree, but that is a stunning ace from Bang. Right. It's been an interesting few weeks for Loud. I'm not sure if they're really coming into today's game expecting to be put into this position, especially on their map pick. This is a big conversation we need to have, I think, Wyatt, with only 2 Champions points separating Loud and 100 Thieves.
These are going to be critical. Absolutely could decide who's going to get that 4th spot when it comes down to things, because, you know, you're looking at the top 3. Hey, there's a pretty good chance that we're going to see like a Lev NRG in the finals. I think a lot of people would predict that now. 100 Thieves, maybe that 3rd team that could potentially get there, right, and just earn their spot outright by being in the finals. But it's going to be crucial for both 100 Thieves and Loud to at least make the 3rd, 4th spots, get either 5 or 4 Champions points, and that could put either of them over the edge to qualify for Champions. And those are the kind of situations that 100 Thieves fans are terrified of. The PTSD of so many 100 Thieves so close but so far runs.
So 100 Thieves need to do everything they can to not be victims of variance. And winning here is a big part of it.
Just extending that lead, getting to the 9 points here could be crucial. Not again. Not again on the Sheriff. He goes.
There's some potential off that darker pick. He checks Art, I think, in... Okay, that is the trip now being cleared by Erde, or at least activated. But there's a lot of map to work with still for Loud. No chance for a weapon upgrade for Darker after that B main exchange. And now it's a matter of trying to gain this information without putting your body on the line. You do have your Fade still in the game. Darker has confirmed Vora's position there on that side. He's going to be forced back by the Paranoia and a smoke there to try and cover tower. Into the side we go, but Bang's got that off angle here. Following up from an insane ace. Oda gets a drop on him though. That's a weapon upgrade and now chance in a 1v2, but caught inside the Seas. He still wants to work out of this cove. Vora's going to slowly swing that corner on his left and Oda's going to have to be ready for it. 4 rounds separate these two now.
100 Thieves managed to stabilize in what was looking like another scary anti-eco round. A sick opener from Darker, who in that G2 game, someone that discussed as being a very streaky player. Hasn't been super consistent this year. We've seen insane ceilings, but within even the same matches, we'll see him be the top rated on the first map, lowest rated on the second map. If he finds that consistent level, if he raises the floor, he could be such a dangerous piece of this Loud team. When he is hitting, when you have Lucho hitting, they are at their best.
We're here to see the fruits of that timeout and the double stack of players there inside main. Timatina with the op, but Arsenal's already found Tikazine. That's in mid. Now there's a chance for 100 Thieves to collapse into that part of the map and really take control.
Watch your eyes.
Flash around the corner. He knows Lucho's there. Dominant stuff to start the round.
Loud want to take this opportunity to go through mid silently, almost catching out to Asuna, but he knows he can just get out of there at this point. Even send in that, you run it back, yeah.
Get in there and fight it out. The Reckoning coming through at a pretty opportune moment as well. And Asuna's up to 3 in the round. So much value gained and a flawless here for 100 Thieves. This map, they've been banning it second in many of their games. A general disinterest in playing it. They come out guns blazing on Summit, and Asuna is up to 14 kills.
Asuna is just leading the team in these mid-round situations where he's picking a timing to re-aggress. And then you can see the immediate support he's getting, like via that Reckoning, for instance. The last run it back he had was mega impactful as well. That retake
3 kills
into A.
100 Thieves have now reached that generational wealth cap. Loud, their economy's teetering. A round that could be worth 2 here. Timatino has already sent Luke Show to the Shadow Realm.
Bang, it's time to just dodge away. Team almost with another Loud are trying to activate.
There's levels to this, isn't there? It is wild to see just what the difference is between 100 Thieves and Loud so far. After Loud win an upset G2 and flatten them on their map choice, it's just not even close here. Dark is going to slink away, but the Spike is virtually in a different postcode, and he is all alone against 5 all-star guns trained in his direction.
Feels like 100 Thieves are just taking their anger out on Loud after getting upset by C9 the other day.
And realizing that this is the game where the stakes are. Because again, that loss to C9, if 100 Thieves win that game, we're not having this conversation now about how important this particular match is. 100 Thieves made this game much more dangerous because they stumbled against Cloud9. Now they've actually got to work to get that first round bye in playoffs.
And if you want to look at it kind of glass half full, look at what it required from C9 to be able to get that win. Oxy at his absolute peak of peaks in that Breeze map to be able to win it, even narrowly.
Now we're tracking a couple of individuals here on the Loud side today. Tikazine with a great showing against G2 has been virtually absent so far. There's one round where he gets an Odin in hand as well, so he's had his opportunities, but 1-9 is not the scoreline you need to see from your duelist, who's been the statistical best Neon in this stage.
Yeah, it's because even despite Oxy putting up a performance like that, Tikazine is still leading the league in average damage per round.
It's only a difference of 6 damage per round, but that still matters. He needs to get into the game. Luke Show's been up to his old tricks, but honestly, the pace that we've seen from 100 Thieves on this defense side, these pops into mid, Arsena continuing to refight into space, has been a little bit challenging for Luke Show to juggle. He wants to slowly take that space and be holding a line, an unexpected off angle, get a free kill and fall back. He's just not given that space at all. Seems like it's a key part of the NBS game plan here for 100 Thieves.
Allowed out of this timeout. Could try to go for an overdrive play. It can be a pretty sick combo with the Nightfall, because if you get hit by it, you can't hear where the Neon is running around, and you're getting decayed, so you just get like insta headshot down straight away. So maybe if a scrappy, chaotic situation begins, Loud could risk it with a big ult combo to try and win a crucial eco round. I mean, the only round they won so far was an eco round. It's a tour de force and Sheriffs.
Into the B side we go already. It looks like 100 Thieves respecting this potential for them to build around an overdrive. So Nightfalls are going to be exchanged. Darker can't hear a damn thing, but he's still going to make the swing. And here you go. Those things, they're going to work. But bang! The stabilizing aspect. Might get caught with util on his hand here. Tries to sidestep, but Darker's found him. It may not matter. Arsena's back yet again. Blaze wall thrown up. That's the plant going down, though, and Arsena's still trying to flash his way around the wall. Buy some time for Timo here to get behind them.
He's silent on this flank. He can take the first shot, activate the overdrive, create a huge distraction for Austin to work with, who could still flash out of this choke point.
Loud are positioned for this, though. They aren't exposed to A main. Timo's going to find a way in the old-fashioned way, and there's Darker with his third of the round. Timo's made it a 1v1. Davi with a stinger. Timo with the overdrive, and there it is. The revolving door of game changes here from 100 Thieves. This time, Timo stamps his authority on the round.
Feels like that needed to be the turning point for Loud in this half. They had it within their hands. I'm also wondering what was going on there. I don't think Tikazine used his ult. He ran in, got a kill with the Classic somehow, which was kind of crazy. Yeah, he never even popped his ult on that.
One enemy remaining.
Maybe the overdrive was never part of the game plan. I'm not sure. Just use the stingers. Go for a G2 round. Well, it went about as well as they did yesterday.
Loud all gathered up outside of B again. We have seen Cryo consistently just shifting this Cypher setup back and forth. This time it's over on A.
Let's listen into Loud. A much needed second round on the line.
Ok, seu. Bonga direita, Davi.
Céu. Me resta, Davi. Hoje.
Tem céu ainda.
Não consigo quebrar. Vou parede,
Faz aqui, faz pra subir, faz o
Tá. Parede aí, guys. Sube.
You will not.
Tô apontando, não consigo ver nada.
Tá.
E agora,
Você deu
reta
round.
round? Tá.
Ah, só fica aqui, minha. Ele manda picar, ele tem que pegar info.
Tô cravado na esquerda, já.
Eu tô querendo direita depois do smoke, ok?
Tô cravado backside.
Acho que ele bloqueia a esquerda. Eu tô querendo
Presta backside. Ele tava queda, ele tava saindo da queda.
Tá.
Mano, Darker, você...
Fênix backside,
Bota
Fênix
PQ,
backside.
bota PQ, guys.
Mano, eu vou stunar a queda. Estranei cara. É pra você, Dark.
Pura pra esquerda, pura esquerda.
Fanome, queda.
Vai ter o Hyper close.
Queda.
Você tem Cypher, você tem queda.
Faltava fazer shield 4 não. Eu tô mirando a wall,
flash.
Vou dar um tiro da TP.
Mano, faz gol, mano.
Queda e backside, acho. Ele tem bind, eu acho.
Sem spot? Não.
Tá na direita aqui,
Troféu.
guys.
Não tô troféu de Alp e backside.
Valeu.
Valeu.
Não se preocupe, guys.
Asuna is just unbelievable right now. What can you say? He's able to get 3 kills there. The flashes were all blinding multiple players trying to get in. It felt like Loud, they dug deep in the bag of tricks, come out with a cheese round, anything you need to do to try to get a second one on the board with the triple wall boost. It finds the opening, but they can never get Asuna out of drop.
Nice!
He's doing so much for them there. He's finding the kills, he's getting the flashes, he's a consistent distraction as well, while the rest of the team are just fighting from backside.
Tour de force here for Luke Show. He's got to augment this weaker Arsenal. Timo's down. He actually goes for a walk up there out of A short.
Here.
And so Loud are going to capitalize. They're going to press onto this part of the map instantly. This puts Cryo at center stage behind this Cypher setup.
We have seen Loud finding openings, but they haven't been able to capitalize.
Okay. A chance to breathe here. Arsenal's on his way over, but these kill trips starting to do some work. But earlier with the Guardians found Cryo. He is hit with the paranoia.
Last player standing.
They're ready for Arsenal this time.
Takes 3 crosshairs, but they deal with him on the cave push. Finally, this second round on the board for Loud.
I'll find you.
Hard fought, but they get there. As long as they can deal with Vora doubling up, and he has no room to breathe, no space to work with. Loud finally get a second.
The Sage is creating some interesting moments on this map for sure, behind some of these walls, for better and for worse. That's the opener there, well played around that one way.
Yeah, so far we haven't seen the walls, been able to get a ton of value on the executes. 100 Thieves
Some
have been
cute
pretty
stuff. Yeah.
good at breaking them immediately, but that's not a situation where that can be the case, and also it's boosted up by
They might have some value
kills, so
defensively as well,
ridiculous.
Wyatt, just because you can,
for sure.
you can cheese the doors a little bit with them.
I mean, if you're Loud, you're hoping you're going to have a great defensive half, obviously not just because they need the rounds, but they're playing a double Senti comp, right?
This time Timo does not fully commit into mid.
Look at this setup. Off Timo's contact, Reckoning flash through from Asuna.
This is an immense amount of map control, Wyatt. It's going to be hard for Loud to wrest this back realistically. Loud are all forced out onto the periphery.
What a cool trap play, just to bring out on the last round of regulation.
Camera taken out.
Some of that Cypher util is being cleared, but the fact that it is the fade noticed might change things a little. Cryo suspecting that it might be ending A. Vora's in a pretty exposed spot out here on this B side now and can't get the better of Darker, who round after round wide has been stacking up the kills.
Throwing down those smokes on the B side as well. Teammates coming through Link. Might be there in time to greet them on that side of the map, but
30 seconds left.
not the case.
Luke Show's got that map control now.
I know it.
Sideline's being walked into by 100 Thieves. Here's another theft from Cryo. Can he convert this though into a meaningful advantage?
Last player standing.
Now Darker just steps up. All of a sudden brimming with confidence.
A risk though to send it on that 1v1. If that goes Bang's way, Loud are in some serious danger. A little bit of a lack of discipline, but a lot of confidence. And it's going to allow Loud to put 3 on the board at the very end of this half. A credit to Darker, though. He does win that critical 1v1 against 4 on the B site. That opens things up. Has been there with the impact kills. Will 3 be enough? If Loud can get that pistol round
Remaining.
and get
Abuse the double senti.
Yeah, abuse the double Senti, get everything activated with the utility, get an op in the hands of Luke Show. Like, you could see a world where the comeback is possible, right? But it's going to have to begin with a pistol round win on this second half, or 100 Thieves are going to be stealing this map pick away with ease.
Stick around, folks. 6 rounds separate these two, but the pistol round means everything as we come back after the break on Summit.
Every time I fall, I get up. All the way that made me bend. Turns these shaking hands to strength again.
One of my favorite things about this 100 Thieves is the vibes that we see on stage. So Cryo, what is it about this specific team that made you guys so close together?
I think we already had like natural chemistry between me, Asuna, and Bang, and then Timotino and Vora, obviously old teammates as well. And honestly, none of us have like really like egos or anything. We all just really want to win. So like common goal there, and yeah, we're just gonna do whatever it takes.
A lot of people's favorite team for a reason.
Arsena and Bang lead the charge for 100 Thieves as they win the pistol round and get out to a tidy 9-1 lead before finally Loud come alive and notch a couple important ones. This, though, does place heavy emphasis on the pistol round into the second half. Otherwise, this map, the map pick of Loud, will go to 100 Thieves.
These two teams really exemplified the two different approaches to the meta right now that we've seen in Americas, which is fully leaning into the double duelist. That is the identity that 100 Thieves found to best suit them, and look at Arsenal within that, right? 19-6 on the Phoenix. Loud have heavily opted into this double sentinel approach. Tons of Sage with the chamber, and it's going to need to bear a lot of fruit on this defensive side. We are going to need to see perfect play if Loud would want to make this a contest.
Pressure on Tigazine already. He takes a big hit, and all of 100 Thieves' Death Ball are about to make their way out onto this A garden. Dodging many of these relay bolts as well. Loud huddle up on this A side proper. They don't really have anywhere to go, though, and Cryo's able to avoid the paranoia. Here's a flash. Contact now into the site. Darby flattened early, but Darker again comes up clutch. 2 big kills. It's enough to slow things down, but now Loud with Luxo and Erde have to salvage.
Luxo has a ton of headhunter bullets. This needs to be his moment. Zeno already claiming the smoke.
What?
Oh, that is stunning.
He's a turret! A perfect flick to correct his crosshair placement.
Surely that's just the nail in the coffin, right? Surely there is no chance Loud can get back into this map.
Oh, what, bro?
God, that is sick.
That is some...
Let's go! Shit!
That is... That's just a stupid flick. Okay. Yeah, like you mentioned. This is going to give a sinking feeling to Loud now as they might be watching Summit descend to the rearview mirror. Similar approach here, this time over towards A main, and the arresting util has been navigated by the attackers so far. This is an early flank. Okay, Arsena stabilizes. Tigazine brought down to get the better weapons here and some decent crossfire setup to finding success for 100 Thieves. What's Erde looking for? Wait a minute. He's able to slip away. Cryo has to win this engagement.
Just with the ghost, though?
Are we going to check this? Yeah, come on.
One enemy remaining.
He's not your EWC MVP for nothing.
Luxo 1 versus 2. Headhunter, no armor. Cryo gets a little rifle recovery. It is well within the skill set that Luxo possesses to win a 1v2 like this.
45 and 22. 285 ACS against G2. 31 kills on Sunset, and not a bead of sweat drawn by 100 Thieves. Luxo's been a problem, but not for them.
Loud invested nothing into that round. They want to get the full buy here, but losing that pistol, they're not going to have enough money to get the operator for Luxo. And that has been one of the key pieces of their success. Again, just to reiterate, remember, this is the map that 100 Thieves, they have second banned it 4 times in a row. Maybe hoping that they wouldn't have to show what they've been working on. Vora said he was confident in it in scrims, even though you would think with all those bans, you'd assume the otherwise, but they look incredible right now.
It's worth showing it if it gets you a free ticket into the upper semis of the playoffs in Stage 2. It puts you 1 win away from literal champs. 1 win. Because being in the grand final will auto-qualify you. We have so much Valorant to play over the next couple of weeks, and 100 Thieves All Out could skip almost all of it. Timo under pressure, falls back behind this relay bolt, but Dark still able to find Bang elsewhere, and the refight attempt for Timo falls flat.
Player standing.
You can't say the Darker hasn't been on point so far, at least with the shooting, and definitely playing with some confidence as well.
I do think he's going to have to put some work in to shed the moniker of being the most volatile, the streakiest piece of this Loud outfit, but the last couple of games, you know, against opponents that matter, in the games that matter the most, he's been phenomenal. But like you mentioned, in the space of a series, a map, he can come alive and then fall off entirely. 14 and 12, though, is a thumbs up from me.
Uphill battle going to continue for Loud. Looks like they want to try to fight for some B main control, play close up in A main as well. They don't want to let 100 Thieves get either extremity with ease. And it is going to force 100 Thieves through mid. Loud have to expect that that's going to be a possibility. Here comes that slow warp to just keep them at bay.
Yeah, this double sentry look is already rearing its head.
Really have 100 Thieves funneled here. And if they work towards Link, Loud have already kind of pivoted there. They have the trip to play off of as well. If they want to go back to A main, they need to use Util to re-clear.
Luxo is so early on these darn flanks. He's just going to... There should be an opening here. Oh, God. Yeah, he has got it lined up, folks. And trigger discipline goes a long way here. But that is stunning stuff from Luxo. Cryo as well. He's ready for him, man. He's got them all on puppet strings. And Bank is just going to get shut down in the end by Tikazine.
I think tactically that was a really good round from Loud, and then you're capped off by a cool little play from Luxo. Able to get the flank while 100 Thieves were pushing in the Link, and he plays off of this team fight distraction. Darker to Kazin.
You can address this pretty easily if you're 100 Thieves by slightly adjusting your trip position on that B side of the map, but it won't be as informative if you place it closer to the B side. So it's worthwhile just playing under the assumption that you're going to be on a clock. It's been too slow so far from the Thieves.
I want to go for this combo with the Paranoia and the Relay Ball, but Tikazin has to duck away, even with the better rifle, and that's the right choice. Still in trouble, overwhelmed.
Davi, though, here looking dangerous. Should be able to mow them down. Okay, that's not what you want to see at all. Darker from that side's able to get some damage done on that. We're going to play into this still. Luxo will walk up on them and in with a neural theft in play. It's not going to be enough to give 100 Thieves the edge.
Darker out there to help, but ideas from Loud there, individually getting a little bit divided. Felt dangerous when Davi goes down. He tries to make the discipline play, but in that situation, it would have been better to just keep shooting and trying to get the kills.
Instead of falling off that line, 100%. So Luxo is very quickly becoming the issue here for 100 Thieves. In this default, I want to see how they look to play around it. They might just end up hitting that site on the B side of the map.
They are running into the pack. You can already see what's waiting for 100 Thieves. Another Relay Bolt plus Paranoia combo.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of this utility exchange off the break here. Prowler out from the defenders.
Oh, they're going to try and take space, Loud, in B main. This could expose them a little bit now. If the timing's good for 100 Thieves, Loud are going to be caught with their pants down. They don't know Tikazine's close. Will they clear this? Arsenal's going to find out either way. That works. That's good information, even if it comes at the cost of that ultimate. But Tikazine's going to peer into it even further. He's found 3. And that's going to derail 100 Thieves. A non-starter here in round 18.
Surge of confidence in Loud. Darker out of his chair after that one. The trap play is just perfect. You could see exactly what was going to happen the whole time. The question just is, will 100 Thieves walk into this? And they do. The bolt with the Paranoia, the Nightfall coming through. That is beautiful.
That is pretty perfect from Tikazine as well. How he played into those decayed opponents.
On top of all that, they'll be content to get a run it back out of the hands of Asuna as well. So equal on the ult exchange. And that is going to force MBS into the timeout.
Dark is up to 19 and 13. He's almost caught Asuna in kill total, who has been conspicuously absent during this second half.
Little added detail as well in that whole situation was those guys getting flanked. 100 Thieves know that Loud are pushing through the extremities. They are pushing down mid, and they are constantly going to instill that fear. Asuna was completely dominating the server. At one point, what was he, like 19 and 6? He has been getting shut down a bit on this attack side. Has not been able to carry over that same momentum from defense.
And this double sentinel composition is putting 100 Thieves in this really awkward spot of tension where they need to slow down because they're being forced to, but these Luxo flanks are punishing them from dialing the pace down. If they're trying to go A-Link or even B-Link from mid, there's arresting util, there's slow warps, there's trademarks to make it murky. Can they work the map and overcome this ridiculous amount of stall util that's being thrown at them round after round?
Loud have built up the economy to the point where Luxo is playing with that operator. Been waiting to see that on the field.
There.
Just how good has this NBS timeout been? A world champion coach trying to take this team to heights never before seen.
100 Thieves would love to catch some of that aggression in A main, but you can see out of the timeout how reserved Loud are being, contrasting to those last few rounds where it was all aggro from the beginning, multiple parts of the map.
This adjustment from Loud is also pretty nice. They are not pushing up for info on any of these extremities, Wyatt.
The danger when this execute comes in for 100 Thieves is, will Darker connect to Paranoia that hits multiple players? Will it set up Tikazine for some easy kills to swing out of Link?
Erde's gotten a great spot in mid.
30 seconds left.
He's seen all of this. Here's the Nightfall. Dark's going to fall off the line, hitting the Paranoid. He's going to slow them up. Fast lane going to be made use of, but Tikazine just guns Timo down. That's supposed to be the tip of the spear, now being snapped into. Arsena finds a double. They're going to rely on him yet again, Wyatt. Back through hard. It's going to be slow going for Loud, but this flank is still in process for Erde.
Low HP, Vora caught. And now the remaining 100 Thieves players have to make an aggressive play. Arsena understands the win condition. Catches Davi in cave. Wants to double up with Bang. The two of them on site. Two of the core members of this 100 Thieves team. And an important 2 versus 2.
They're going to wait for the game to come to them. It's literally 2 Sentinels starting to encroach on this position for 100 Thieves. Bang! He had the line. Still brought down. And Arsena is fell by the headhunter.
Luxo is insane with those fast swaps. How many times have we seen him do that?
This game just got a whole lot more interesting. A big timeout for 100 Thieves and a gigantic pace reduction. Still exposes him to a Erde flank. And they end up getting done in by the 2 Sentinels. Erde and Luxo in a 2v2.
You're looking at Tikazine thinking about on attack, how difficult it was for him executing into the sites. He was getting torn to pieces. But now on defense, look at the impact. Finding the second there is ridiculous.
Now we're off to uncharted territory. Loud are 3 rounds behind, but they've got an insane bank of credits.
This is one of the lanes that's just so good for Chamber. Given that you can TP all the way back to B, no way you're going to get caught. Feels like everyone is heating up individually. You're just watching the aim.
I was going to say, sure, on a macro level, it seems tough for Thieves, but also Loud are shooting. Where it felt like Bang and Arsena could do no wrong in the first half, here they have just failed to make a dent. And Loud are winning every duel.
Don't place.
100 Thieves have to cobble together something compelling in this last 50 seconds. Otherwise, they are out of cash. Tikazine is going to take contact here. There, of course, will be an early warning. Bang finding Davi is pretty big, and crucially, Bang does not overextend into that spot. He feels he's done enough for now. Pressure on Tikazine. Molly as well, heading over in Darker's direction. 100 Thieves have managed to even up the round against the odds. They are low, though. And Ode has a res. It may not matter, but he and Luxo are healthy. Once again, the same showdown as round 19 is about to begin.
Don't set.
Both trying to get through Link. Oh, that timing could have been brutal, but Bang tucks away. Low HP.
There's Arsena, straight through the cove. It's on Bang, and he's done it! He might have saved 100 Thieves Bacon. Gets them to 12, map point, but that is a very expensive outing.
Finding that opener against Davi and then closing the round as well. We were just talking about them, the cooldown from Bang and Arsena in this second half. But they get 100 Thieves to match point. Loud have to play for overtime.
100 Thieves have to put Loud away now, otherwise this could get out of hand.
Need a drop.
It's not a terrible buy either, Wyatt.
You want to
Run it back for
let's
Arsena.
play.
But that sound heralds a tour de force on the field.
Timo would love to catch a Luxo walking up in this same situation with that op, but it's not going to be the case. He's posted up towards mid. And kind of the same trend from Loud post that timeout of being a little bit more reserved, save for Lucho with this operator taking liberties.
So I'm looking for some weird mid to late round Erde lurk. We've seen them on a number of occasions into mid to get that info. Likely that was necessitated because Lucho was elsewhere or not alive at the time. 100 Thieves are deciding now. They want to work that B main. They've cleared any traps. There's no Nightfall into Tigazine 3K to contend with.
Running into the Sage and the Odin. This is going to be a challenge for 100 Thieves. Asuna slowed up.
There's no way you're just going to face tank it. Okay, well, he'll be reset. Still tries to find a big kill in mid. That's that late lurk from Lucho. 36 seconds left, though. Still a lot of this stall util to fight through. And now Tigazine has joined the B side for Loud. Here's Timo sliding on out. Found Erde. That's going to be traded. That's good enough for now. And Vora clicks onto Dovey. I think 100 Thieves have done enough here, Wyatt. Darker has been the volatile aspect that got Loud back into the game. He generated that momentum after halftime, after the pistol round was lost. But he'd had to go massive here. And 1v4 to save the map. He'll take his first. That's bang out of the picture. But he's got to check every flank out route and contingency. You can break this up a bit. Has got a smoke, but he's made his way through and also got pinged out by the Horn. That is suboptimal. And he'll be spotted by Vora, cleaned up. In a different timeline, that map could have gone very differently, but it's 100 Thieves getting out to such a strong early lead on the defense side that gives them enough runway to land the plane. And that would, I guess that would amount to a 2-0 win for 100 Thieves, were that to be the case. And of course, that direct passage into the upper semis, which puts you 2 wins away from qualifying 2 champions. Just 2 wins. Standard trip setup here in Garage. Cleared out, and so some early warning now. Playing off the cam. No, Timo gets ahead of it. Okay, buddy. We are just walking into smoke. Fair enough. Nice body for Cryo. Oh, plays off the paranoia beautifully. The numbers are even, but the presence is limited for 100 Thieves. Wow. Bang still gets the spike loose with that right click through smoke.
How bold is that? He sends it in on his lonesome. The rest of 100 Thieves now join up. 3 versus 2.
We're just jumping. We're just running at corners and jumping around them. Okay. Trade. There's Lucho waiting, though. Before he knows exactly where he is. He knows where the spike is. He knows where his bread is buttered. He knows that Mercury's in retrograde for Loud. As Lucho is down.
Just looking at the wrong angle, focused on something else on the mini-map, but he's caught by Vora. 100 Thieves almost let it slip away. There's perhaps a lack of discipline at some points in that round, if you want to look at it that way, or it's just the confidence that they're oozing from all 5 players.
Listen,
with Bangs running in there.
Alan Watts called it the element of irreducible rascality. I call it the need for feed.
So even in that 3 versus 2, they just run it down at them. But they
All
come
right.
away with a pistol round win.
Yeah, the pistol rounds have been a big selling point for 100 Thieves fans so far this series. That is a hard-fought orb. Gets the proc of the healing, though, from the Blaze Wall, even if it forced him to commit pretty heavily to Cubby there.
Loud should be good for the plant.
I just want to extract some value off this, but the crossfire is going to be tough. Tigazine slides straight up into it, but yeah, Lucho always finds himself on the left side of the kill feed. And young Erde. Not
Extra
too shabby
orb.
to get a kill there. We're happy with that. It's Phoenix. He wants them orbs.
Decent round for Loud.
Yeah, look, I think in terms of what you can extract value-wise without winning a round, Erde gets an ult orb. He gets that kill. Spike got planted. It's all reasonable. Loud do want to start to post a pretty impressive attack side total, though.
Keep that furnace burning, okay?
The other day against G2, we were talking about how Erde's stage 1 performance, his debut, was fantastic.
Yep.
The few games that he was able to play when he finally got his visa approved. Stage 2 was really struggling in the first few showings, but mechanically you could just see against G2 that he was really heating up. But picking up the Phoenix, the head-to-head against Asuna, Erda's going to need to be in elite form to match Austin's output right now.
Yeah, it's just a huge ask for someone who's also calling for his team. Davi is doing the Valorant equivalent of going fishing. And all of Loud have made their way up to B main. Trip destroyed. Cry's going to peer in and try and take the fight, but he's going to be overwhelmed more quickly than not. Arsene is back off the angle. He's going to get pressure though by Tikazine. Stun is there, but there's a crossfire. Tikazine disrespects it. He knows he's got the better weapon. Cute shock dart there for Vora, gets some damage, but ultimately B belongs to Loud. There's Luxo emerges with two very snappy shots. And this is what you want to see about as late as you want to see Loud get going on Haven attack site. But I'm convinced.
Loud felt like they could just get into that B site easily again. Kind of same situation as last round, but they actually have guns here. So when they go for one of the fights in the link after getting that spike down, they have the tools to get the kills. Flawless. Economy getting boosted up. We are seeing the carryover of Loud heating up individually. That was not a question towards the end of Summit. We started seeing Tikazine hitting. Luxo was activated. Darker was good that whole map. So it feels like they were, to some extent, putting themselves in position to step up on Haven. I mean, even just by virtue of that.
I mean, it felt like 100 Thieves were able to put them out of the game before they started to surge back into it. It's a different map, though, and 100 Thieves have been very successful on Haven for so much of this stage. Loud are the ones with it all to prove.
They are back to the well on B.
Yep,
same idea.
Very quickly as well. Bang, the one overwhelmed this time. Boy's going to try and soften them up a little bit from the outer extremities with that Odin. And Arsene has to respect the Shocky. Gives a bit of ground. Now, caught with Util in his hand. Cryo tries to cover him, but there's just too many players overloading that spot for Loud.
That's just an even more dense committal of bodies to one of those link fights. They don't even try to plant on B, really.
Planted.
They gather up with everyone to fight through, not just the double duels. They're getting some additional follow-up. And now if you're 100 Thieves trying to work back in, you know there's presence on B to some extent, surely, right? And
if you are not pre-aiming
punish.
Luxo right now, you are dying. He is far too quick with these adjustments.
Timo knows he's surrounded and picked off by Darker. The operator investment goes up in smoke. No chance for impact whatsoever. Wow, not looking too bad out the gate. I like this calling, though, from Erda. It's 3B execs in a row, but varied every single time. And now that they have had the guns, the only one that didn't work was the eco. But the second one, it's planting on B, getting the A-Link fight. This time, they don't even bother planting. It's just an even harder fight through the C-side link, get all the kills.
To play around the op investment from 100 Thieves in that previous round, then yeah, bum rush B, smoke it out, and overwhelm the players anchoring the site. Bangs on a Marshall.
And we've heard those loud comms. We know how Erda likes to call for the team from opening to mid-rounds. He is constantly guiding them. Awesome. Backside. Little Phoenix head-to-head, only with the Bandit.
Not a bad double up there.
Mild danger, but yeah, Loud should be able to stabilize from here.
Some weapons. So Bang and Vora sneak on in and upgrade their arsenals. I'll see if they can maybe use those weapons to put a cap on this economy that for Darker, Luxo, and Davi is getting a little bit out of hand.
Spike planted.
I'm excited to see Erda continuing to call on this attack half, though. That is one of the other cool kind of parallels between these two teams. Two IGLs new to the Americas scene this year. Both of them have showed more than promise. I mean, Vora has showed serious results with the EWC trophy.
Bang needs to be careful with this drop. He knows. He's very low when he touches down, and Luxo's covering the other one. Holding on to a paranoia there, just no opportunity to use it to try and play his teammate into the site. Loud have now found that lead, and in doing so, have looked pretty flawless.
Look at the state of the economy. 3 players at cap right now. 4 ults coming into this round. Loud could snowball this game.
Vamos! 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 Vamos!
I just like that they move over to a default that round and they catch multiple 100 Thieves players pushing up for info. That was, of course, a low buy round.
Oh, the counter spam is sick. You never really see that.
I might even have won out on that exchange. Vora is quite low.
Joke's over.
Okay, here comes Util over the top. Cryo now needs, again, to be able to anchor this site and find success. Can he do more than trading? He doesn't even get that. David just sprays him down to the cyber cage. A flash around the corner. Here is that flank timing from Bang.
Down A.
Instrumental moment.
I'm sorry, did Bang pop his ult to get all the way behind them in the midst of everything?
He did.
I think so. That is an insane heads-up play. It looked like it was going to go Loud's way. They isolate Cryo, and there's only one spot where he could be if he's still on site, so Davy gets the free spam. Run it back going through, but 100 Thieves are so quick to respond. And that is just such a cerebral play from Bang to be able to get them in the lead this round. Luke Show. Just going to save over this op, even though
30
the economy
seconds
is insane.
Yeah.
You want to keep that. You don't want to give it to Team Matino.
It's a matter of principle, really. Rounds like that, though, for 100 Thieves, they can sprinkle enough of those in, get to 5. They're going to be feeling a little bit more comfortable about getting to go on the attack side. 2 Odins bought up, a bit of spam at the start of the round.
10 seconds left.
Glad here, I don't think you're too bothered. I think you lose the pistol. You're already fighting back pretty strong on this attack side, and also it's a proof of concept for their double duelist look, which has been good. TKC's getting involved. Erde also has had some great moments. They are also, if the economy ever gets a little dry, they're going to be sitting on overdrive and run it back. We asked for an Odin compilation, yeah.
I was waiting for this moment, yeah. Bang with a TP behind.
Remaining.
Oh,
Insane play. That was so smart.
beautiful court timing.
Let's
Obviously,
go.
that was Erde's run it back used in that round, so not at the disposal of Lad for a few rounds yet. Look at this push up in mid. This is brazen stuff from Bang! Behind Hunter's Fury, perhaps. It's Darker falling down, and not only have you removed the Omen, you've carved out a huge amount of territory in the map that has to be re-cleared, and with what? Because this damn Sova is dead. Spike dropped back towards lobby. Things are looking bad for Loud.
Loud invested their resources towards that A lobby. Both duelists there. No one really able to brawl and help towards mid when Bang is pushed up. And the fact that Vor is able to connect a kill on top of that onto Davi should just be enough to win this round out. How could Loud get back into this unless Luke Show catches a great timing with the AWP? You would say maybe someone on 100 Thieves peeking into an angle, a little over push, but look at the minimap. It's very disciplined right now.
Cryo doesn't have any cages or trips to fall back behind. He doesn't care. He'll take the fight anyway. Ode shows himself now, having crept all the way up, painstakingly, slowly up sewer. Is eventually neutralized now, but Luke Show doesn't really have the option to save that gun this time around. The previous round, acceptable losses for Loud. This one hurts.
We've seen both of these teams just mix in very cool round variations up until this point when you're thinking about Loud's approach to B and then into another crucial gun round with this Hunter's Fury. 100 Thieves go for this set piece down mid.
Down B.
And the Hunter's Fury looked like it was intended to go after Darker in case Bang was unsuccessful. They get a free kill on Davi. Sometimes you make your own luck in this game. Bang here with a higher position, sees Tickerson coming, but actually can't draw a bead on him. He's going to have to fall back, but this is dangerous. Stun onto Timo, but he's got the Odin. He's able to spray away, and Bang's found his. Well, the Odins are certainly finding their value this round, aren't they? Loud already have had the wheels fall off.
Flash setup off that camera. Perfect. Trade from Davi, but to what avail? It is
That is so decisive.
cooked for Loud. Try to go back to a B hit again. It's a different little variation.
I appreciate it.
The darker TP behind. Classic Omen ult on attack, Haven activity. But that is read by Vora. He's prepared for it. Darker doesn't see him within the ult range. Easy kill with that Odin.
And You know, Timotino says in this pre-game interview, these guys are killers. They are very mechanically gifted. They are going to try and fight us early in these rounds, so we are going to have to do the same.
Nice, boys. Yo, this Odin shit is so childish, bro.
Childish? That's a funny way of putting it. Effective? Absolutely. And that's what these teams are driving for now. We have a Room Millie timeout for Loud. And a fun little sub-theme. You are looking at two teams coached by people that coach some of these players in challenges, right? NBS coached that TSM team. Timotino, Vora. They come as a package deal on this 100 Thieves roster. Here's a Cryo Look Show head-to-head, though. We knew we weren't going to see a chamber from Cryo necessarily.
Which is kind of the funny thing, right? I mean, they're both on Sentinel. You expect Cryo to be the chamber guy, but he has just been all about the Cypher in this era of 100 Thieves, and it's worked out so well.
A very disciplined squad.
Goes back to the two different approaches to the meta. I mean, even within what you were saying, Timotino, speaking of how brawly this Loud team could be, how talented the aimers are, ultimately, Loud are trying to run what 100 Thieves have perfected right here. 100 Thieves' identity of double duelists is what has catapulted them to the top of the Americas scene, and Loud are trying to recreate that, and it's a look that they have not leaned into at all this stage.
Wyatt, broadly, I think Loud are trying to emulate 100 Thieves in general as a team who come together at the start of this year with a new look and already find an international trophy. Loud are trying to accelerate this process even more. They have to do it at Champs, though, where the competition would be fiercest. He's one for Timo. Childish, it may be. He's getting results. Oda's going to push ahead of it, though, now. Maybe have a chance to salvage the weapon. He's quite deep, and Arsenal now will be called back to address this. The near side. Bang was full flash there, but oh my goodness, he's a little sharp with it, isn't he? Davi here, speculating, is still brought down by Bang. Hate to be Brazilian players against Bang.
We've seen this before. Wait a second. Lucio saving the op. 1v4.
We've seen this at least 4 out of the 9 rounds of Haven we've had.
30 seconds
Lucio doesn't have the time to get impact.
Since Timo has recovered that Odin from Davi on one of the earlier rounds, 100 Thieves have destroyed Loud. They are getting mulched.
And again, it is that first contact Odin moment that starts things off for 100 Thieves in this round. Erde tried to push deep, and then we had this weird
10 seconds left.
mutual flash scenario. No, you got it, Cowboy. We'll wait this round out. Hold on to the up, because this time around, economy is a concern for Loud. This is their attack side. On Haven, Loud had not been able to take the time to work the map and spread 100 Thieves thinly across these 3 sites. Okay, I mean, he's also using that skin. Calling it childish. I mean, you know, you put something a bit more metal on there.
Yeah,
you know
fair enough. But with Summit just going up in smoke immediately, 100 Thieves taking that away, going to Haven, which the Loud core haven't found success on, versus 100 Thieves. They played this 12 times this year. They're so experienced on this map in matches. And since making the flip of Arsenal to Phoenix, Timo to Neon, they just leveled up on this map significantly. I mean, as with the rest of them, right? But going from a map they love to play with mixed results to one that is no longer mixed results that they're just so good on.
Timo gets out of this round with any value. Oh yeah, I would have been shocked. Down to 10. Tough fight to take before and Arsenal in this A site, and they are fighting. They're refusing to be forced out of it. Not sure to make of that one. Arsenal attempt with a run it back. It's going to be Bang playing from hell.
Spike down A.
And demonically demolishes the Portuguese player.
That was a crazy situation with Darker teleporting into Heaven as the runner back goes out. The health is just so low.
This guy, I'm sorry, he's not beating the allegations anytime soon! That is ridiculous from Bang. Another 3-piece. I'm sorry, 100 Thieves with a double duelist on defense have gotten 7 rounds on Haven. That is a very, very scary scenario for Loud.
Even in a round where Lucio is finally able to put that op to an earlier use, On some of the faster exec rounds, the op hasn't really been a factor. They're not giving a lot of time to work it. And still, it's just within that team fight that 100 Thieves.
What?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, and there it is. NRG, Brock, you've done irreversible damage to Valorant.
This round is beyond saving at this point.
Oh my god.
The recon ping on Darker as he TPs up. And we get the Neon Slop to end the round.
There's a reason we've been hearing talks from other teams of we need to create our own meta. We don't have the personnel to run the double duelist. This is just what happens when you try to emulate a team that was truly built for this meta, built for the agents within it.
I think for Loud, it does expose some concerns about map pool. They've struggled on this map this year already with different looks on the roster, right? So we give them a pass. This is, I would say, mostly a clean slate. But they're struggling here. These early round fights favoring 100 Thieves, but maybe not this time around. Tigazine's able to get ahead. Still, there's a lot of 100 Thieves players in this site. Bang, still chilling from the high ground. Brooding. Listening out for the TP. Doesn't expose himself, and Darker is brought down. He's doing the thing again, guys. He's demolishing them! And Ode is on his own, has to make his way through main. Bang is 18-5 after 12 rounds.
Might be able to do one better than Asuna, I believe, back on Summit. He was 19-6, 19-5, just slightly better. The two of them today are in unbelievable form.
And we're in a series where Cryo doesn't have to take the game over like he did in Paris for them so many times.
Just after so many years to see this core of 100 Thieves level up their game together in this way, combined with the TSM core, with the experienced coaches, it has just become the perfect mix to finally unlock the true potential of this team.
Another 9-3 half would be definitive. There's Erde Vora. Takes us out of the half. And it's another grim landscape to behold for Loud fans. You were thinking, you're in a position where you could not only, you've already gotten yourself into playoffs, but you could skip the line, get into those upper semis. This 100 Thieves team have not skipped a beat, and they are not bothered.
The way they're playing today is really putting that Cloud9 loss in the rearview mirror for me already. It is just stunning what they are doing to this Loud team. 100 Thieves are on another level right now.
Loud are shell-shocked. They need a moment to breathe. We thought they were accelerating coming into this map, but that might have been false. They got one more chance to put their best foot forward, and it's here on Haven in the second half of the 6-round deficit.
Whenever I use Zowie models, I would say I just feel my element.
Demon 1 is good.
Without Nyack, the biggest difference was the ghosting. There was a immediate change. If you see something and it's not actually there, you're gonna miss your shot. Black Equalizer and Vibrance, I can react quicker to it, I can shoot better at it.
This guy is just spectacular.
And that way I can always trust him, that I can just focus on competing. My performance will always be at the top level.
Zowie.
La noche es nuestra, el momento es ahora. Somos imparables, brilla como el sol. Oye, oye, dale, dale, baile, baile. Here we go. No hay límites, solo el cielo. No hay límites, ahora o nunca. No hay límites, solo el cielo. No hay límites, dale más fuego. La noche es nuestra, el momento es ahora. Somos imparables, brilla como el sol. Oye, oye, dale, dale, baile, baile. Here we go.
All right, folks, back here into Haven. We're about to get the second half underway and lock in with the #1 VPN is ExpressVPN. These two young callers have been given famous jerseys and pretty enormous responsibility. Vora's got an international trophy already, and Ode comes into this game with a chance to take the #1 seed from him in this Omega group, but it might just be that it's a little bit premature for Loud, that it's not quite time for them to really get into the stratosphere.
Two organizations that are desperate to get back to another global. For both of them, it's been since 2024 that we've seen either Loud or 100 Thieves attending one of them. That 100 Thieves core has remained. They've built upon it. Loud, it's an entirely new outfit. They are so close, and this game just means so much. Getting that extra spot further in the playoff bracket, upper semifinals. It's such a massive advantage. 100 Thieves fast into this site. Timotino.
Route is insane from Timo! What? He's found 3! By accident, might I add. Released it seems that way. Oh,
that's illegal.
He's already smirking to himself. Someone check the Geneva Convention for that. Criminal from Timo. Looks like he'll be posting bail because he is going to have every kill in this round. Timo's been afforded the chance to find the ace, and he's done it! Is there no one else? Is there no one else that can stand up to this young gun? And the best part is, we barely mentioned his name today because his teammates have been doing the carrying.
That is unbelievable. Oh my God. Can you report for cheating in an official match? Is that menu still there?
Bro, he's straight up zimming out there. He's zimming, bro.
Oh my God.
It must be nice as a coach.
Pack it up, guys. Pack it up.
As MBS,
pack it up.
Being able to just throw your hands up and say, none of what I prepared for this pistol round mattered, and that's okay.
Luxo still wants to make a statement. Well, Loud have invested nothing into this round. We are just in the exact same scenario as Summit. 100 Thieves being up, 10-3. Loud swap to defense, need to make a comeback. But they're not running double Sentinel here against 100 Thieves debuting for the first time on Summit. There is a massive difference in the quality that we've seen from both these teams over 2026 here.
Loud have to play double duelist on a 3-site map and find equity against this comp for 100 Thieves. The deck is stacked against them. And on top is this Joker.
Down A.
Brought down over on the side, though. That's a spike loose. Arsenal's going to have to fight for this. Wait a minute, Ode sitting out. Okay! A thrifty, a massive thrifty here for Loud. Just as 100 Thieves looked like they were going to turn them into wood chips.
That buff bandit is crazy right now. We have seen players going off with that in stage 2. Just another moment of it.
This is a very reasonable start to the round.
And you would think there it should be done.
One enemy
It's close range, one taps.
Okay. Well, perhaps the celebration was slightly premature. Loud able to do this same thing on Summit. But, again, on the macro level, they're definitely up against it. What are they going to do? They're going to get some defense side pops with this comp. They can't play this comp the same way they did on Summit. Well, Bandit sets up an elimination. And a gun recovery? Yes.
He was trying to make his way into the site, but wouldn't have had a teleport to get away, so he thinks better of it and takes the safe option, which is waiting for his teammates, playing into this full retake, in which they have a lot of tools. Still the flashes from Air Day that could be thrown out, synced up with a recon. There's
what an off angle.
A lot of options.
Oh my goodness!
Running into the close range bandit is the least ideal of the situations they could be in.
Arsena shows himself, but it's the paranoia here from sight that could be massive. Arsena peeks into it, though, stunned up. Can't complete the kill. Luxo snuck into the site now with that Outlaw. Oh, dangerous game to play! And Vora shuts him down, but Tikazine brought a Phantom into the round and is able to steady the ship.
As narrow as it gets. 100 Thieves dealing a lot of damage, but still Loud. Having won an eco themselves, their economy is going to look pretty nice regardless. Feels like 100 Thieves might have just been inspired by what Air did to them. Yeah. Just bring a bunch of bandits in there and get a bunch of kills.
And a very reasonable start to the round for 100 Thieves as well to get those first 2 picks. Bangs up to 20 kills.
And this really is just a parallel to Summit. Except Loud need to win this game to stay in the series. There are no more second chances.
This economy for 100 Thieves is still very nascent. On stage, I'm hearing them call these 3-2-1 swings as they look to get that mid control. Do they believe Luxo's there? Oh, they don't send enough bullets in his direction, but Ode is felled as he tries to push out of this B side. And that leaves Timotino in there like swimwear.
But 100 Thieves don't opt for the full commit. They want to double back, leave Timotino as this insert back going on B. See if you can't catch a rotator.
Drone going to be cleared by Dark. He, though, is revealed. This Timo spot is getting more and more premium as time goes on, but how does he play off this position? Darker. Will Darker be looking for him? Yes, that's sharp stuff from the Omen. Luxo, though, going to be down to the back of the side. Still found his kill, and this is some nice trading here from Loud. Bang has been ferocious this game. He has made short work of Loud on every opportunity, but this is Tikazine getting ahead through that smoke. Bang TP's away. Avoids the recon as well. But he's given away his position. Tikazine swinging on this. The interesting footwork. Davi. Heads up for him to get off the spike after halving to fight.
Just down to one player again. Loud are barely getting away with these round wins. But the comeback is still alive.
Still 3 in a row, Wyatt.
Look at what it requires from Luxo, though. It's crazy to see him be this talented of an opera. In the past, like last year, when we watched him dominate, really would have associated with him with the Viper, with catching great lurk timings, winning a lot of isolated 1v1s, and it was all rifling. He dominated with that being the main aspect of his game, but now it's this chamber opping that is just unbelievable. What can't he do?
Timo with the run up onto the A side, but this is a bit of a sell. He is solo. Omen TP who's cancelled by Banks to find Darker over on the C side. That cracks it open instantly. Okay.
Tikazine, great catch. Loud have a chance now on the 4-on-4 retake after losing this C side to a very cool set play. The Vora called into action on this round 17. Tikazine has the overdrive to get back in.
Now Luxo is someone who was a teammate of Sato's for quite some time. Yeah, wasn't an oppa back then.
100 Thieves have fully given up the sight. They have this, run it back. Arsenal getting right back in there.
Big kill, and that was in run it back as well, so it's a freebie for 100 Thieves. This could be the round that breaks the back of Loud. 100 Thieves are certainly hoping so. It's going to be tough to get this defuse out, and the open is on Davi, and Vora's already trained in on his position. A very important round to once again, much in the same way as Summit, get some wind in the sails of 100 Thieves as they try and close out the game before Loud really come alive.
It only takes a few for them to get this across the finish line, again after such a dominant defensive side.
And it's again Bang with a ridiculous TP.
Yeah, this was just such a cool set piece that 100 Thieves bring out, selling towards A with Timotino running up using that fast lane, and then back towards C. You have Bang teleport in, the whole team rotating to get there, and Darker is caught completely unaware. Loud relegated to the eco buy. Luxo would have to do something of serious significance with the tour de force. Maybe Erde can get involved with the Guardian.
It's going to be a later push here for Cryo up sewer. Timo sees the molly though, doesn't want to test it. In fact, they sold something here, but Tikazine sticks around and fired, and he's burned 3 of them down. How has he gotten that amount of value? This was Loud on a bit of a half buy.
100 Thieves just afraid to commit there, hearing that ult go off. They want to just post up at long, but they are destroyed by that overdrive.
What the heck did we get here? What a ridiculous thrifty. Another one from Loud. That was in round 2. They also found a crucial thrifty with those bandits. This one, though, looked a lot more electrifying, if you'll excuse the pun. What is this? What is this re-swing for 3?
Insane. Oh, headshot damage as well. They are getting beamed.
I can't see Tikazine. He's moving too fast.
I mean, that angle was so tight as well. To get like all headshots is crazy. And look at how this has just flipped the game on its head.
Yep.
100 Thieves now on the eco. Loud should be bringing this to 8. Still within touching distance of the comeback. At least Bang gets his one.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, Vora found by Davi.
Loud do not want to play around on this anti-eco. They don't want to give 100 Thieves an edge here.
They themselves know just how easy it is to get a Thrifty here. Ode with the push-up. We saw this a lot on Summit on his defense side. Spotted out. He'll be able to buy some time and close this lane off, or so you'd think.
One enemy remaining.
I don't think he's wanted to fight him. That is not advisable.
Nice round from Erde, who is surprisingly ahead in this Phoenix head-to-head. This might be the first map, this entire stage, where Asuna has not been putting on a dominant performance.
Game's funny like that, isn't it? Yeah, Asuna basically could do no wrong. Walking on water virtually on Summit. Here on Haven,
Which is such a great Phoenix map as well.
he has not been able to do anything. Legitimately. Very, very quiet.
And hey,
Reduced
to an extent on defense, didn't need to in plenty of rounds when Bang has given you 19 kills for 5 deaths, whatever it was, right?
Timeout time for 100 Thieves. Much to think about. This is looking eerily similar, though, to what we saw on Summit. And MBS there was able to come up with the answer. Now, one win, once you get into the upper semis, so win this game, clear that first round, one win can be worth 4 or 5 champions points for you. That sort of gap is going to close pretty drastically. And if you assume that Leviatán, NRG, for example, might be in that grand final, right, then the invites to champs will fall down. They'll go to the next highest people on champions points, which is why they're so crucial still, even though there's such a big gap between NRG and 100 Thieves, for example.
Yeah, because, for instance, a scenario that very well could happen is 100 Thieves close out this game. They win today. They're up to 9. And then if they come in 3rd place, they'll be at 14. They'll be uncatchable by the rest of the pack, who right now are just trailing them, but that's not going to be a possibility later.
Normally,
the
one win
importance
is
of this
worth
game,
1 champion point, but your placement in playoffs overall also is worth champions points.
Yeah, the importance of this game can't be understated. Close out the first portion of this second stage.
Go, go, go.
This half starts with a ridiculous pissed around moment from Timo. Spray transfer with the frenzy to find 3. But since then, the glory moments for 100 Thieves have been few and far between. It's an NBS timeout and now a renewed approach to this attack side.
Pacey through Garage. 100 Thieves trying to get into this C site. Testing Darker here again. He wants to maneuver into this fast lane. He's stunned up, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, there's Davi as well getting involved. Darker eventually falls, but it's at the cost of this Hunter's Fury. Davi low in the back corner. The 100 Thieves have come up with nothing. Except a single kill on Darker, who basically had already derailed them. That's tough.
That loud support comes in so quickly to assist Darker, who's pinned in that corner, gets his kill off of a lot of the counter utility coming in, giving him a little bit of breathing room. Davi had a fantastic ult there. Just a very consistent, intelligent, supportive player on this team. Davi is wonderful on this round. Denies 100 Thieves the round win out of the timeout. Forces them onto another eco.
Takes these loud guys a while to get going, but when they do, serious momentum. Inertia is a real thing. Tikazine probing. Trying to find an angle and a little bit more. Luxo may take first contact here at A main, though. We'll see how the patience of Timotino serves him. Arsenal already took some damage here. They knew that Tikazine was in that corner. The Blaze Wall gives him a chance to get that weapon back now.
Loud can't allow this to unravel. And if Luxo has his say, that will not be the case, evening it up to the 4-on-4.
Neural theft, pretty good. 100 Thieves finding advantages
How
at
is Davi caught?
He recovered the Phantom, he's into the B side. Shut down eventually though. Ode with the run it back in play. 100 Thieves have now lost that weapon. It's too deep, it's too far from them. It's inside the B side.
Of all the players to go into, do you really want it to be Luxo? Absolutely not. Cryo with that trade though is still going to give 100 Thieves a chance. We haven't seen Cryo up
Finally,
too
he's
much
got
in
an
this stage, but one of the best of all time in Americas.
This game, this round, is winnable for 100 Thieves. A pick here on the player in heaven could be massive, but it's a heads-up smoke that's going to force a relocation from Cryo. Makes it very awkward for him to play with his op. Vora's about to get flashed into next Tuesday. Here tries to turn it, but he's just ruined. Do they line up? Do they line up? That's one with the op. Now Cryo in a position to clutch. No, Darker's there. Dangerous waters for Loud. If they navigate through, and it's a one-round game here on Haven.
100 Thieves are that close to dealing a Thrifty back towards Loud. What a turn of momentum it would have been. But Luxio comes up with multiple important trades as the rest of his team were being caught in some awkward situations.
You can see how much that one meant to Loud. They've been almost perfect this half. Even after losing that pistol. Luxio again, just been putting in some honest rounds. 3K for him in the prior.
Deploying drone. Enemy tag.
100 Thieves has struggled with these buy rounds.
Look at this setup from Loud. 4 players towards A main. And it results in a punish onto Arsenal, catching him in that lobby. But Vora, with some spam, is able to get a trade onto Tikazine. Loud would hope that if they push 100 Thieves away, they'll go into Luxio's waiting arms, posted up with the op towards B. But within this setup, there are gaps being created in the Loud defense.
Cryo is looking to try and find them. Along with Bang, who's one orb away from ult, which may or may not be relevant. Timo's got to understand that there's a setup here on the corner, and he's spoiled for choice in targets. He gets neither of them, though. Oh, nice TP. That's going to break the crosshair placement, and off to C we go. TP there for Darker, trying to get ahead of it. He's going to stick it now. And that's going to be checked for. Cryo. He's finally got it up in his head, bro, I'm telling you.
Darker goes for the bold play, trying to get ahead of them, but 100 Thieves hear that coming. This fight between Vora and Airday could determine the round, and Vora's just favored there by a significant margin.
And even though this is a little messy, 100 Thieves lost a couple of players, they've actually, because of that loss bonus, got enough money to buy easily in the next round.
Davi has been talented in the clutch in these situations. We've seen it throughout his debut stage, but is the 1v3 possible?
I mean, that was a clean kill. No damage taken. Davi been the supportive mastermind here for Loud. A chance to really put his name in lights. It's a tough job. And Bang finally finds some success. It's getting a little bit uncomfortable for 100 Thieves, but a round win there is fine. And like I said, they can rebuy up, and I suspect it will involve multiple Odins.
Oh, that just baits Luxio. Really unfortunate. He had been completely left on his lonesome on that side of the map. There were open lanes, definitely a level of anxiety that he needs to have there about potential flanks coming through, etc. It seemed like the setup would work, though, with Loud's A control. But 100 Thieves, they're on match point. They are so close to give it that coveted upper semifinal spot. Davi wants to shut them down with the early Hunter's Fury, and it's a sick catch onto Asuna. Loud staying in the game.
Luxio here with a push up mid. Al drone to clear A.
Take flight.
Timotino has the orb this time around. Oh, and he's found Erde. That's big. Phoenix down. There's a push up here into Garage by Darker. This is reminiscent of Summit, these slower attack side rounds for 100 Thieves. Some really smart protocols to clear unknown space. Erde might be down, but Luxio, Darker, very much alive, very much hungry, and very much hunting for opportunities to put Loud ahead.
Luxio is getting into the right position on C. Timotino contacting up. He absolutely put them in the 1-3. How does Timo get that?
It's a keyhole shot. That is absurd. The superstar for Loud is already out of the picture. Now Darker has to try and salvage, but Timo! He pulls the overdrive. Crestfallen Loud realize they've not done enough to bring this game back. And Davi again had to find a brutal clutch in the last round. This one is even harder. 400 Thieves players stand with him, between him and a reprieve, and it's not to be! 100 Thieves claim the top seed in this group.
skip that first round of the playoffs and remind us that C9 loss is just a blip. These guys are still in Championship 4.